live from Shenanigans Sports Bar and Grill. This is Central Bobcat Insider, live on Pixelcast Media's Concho Sports Network. Thank you for joining us tonight, and thanks to Luke's Cage. Get all your Bobcat gear and more the next day from Luke's Cage. Tell them those Concho Sports guys sent you. I'm Darren Prater. Arlen Ponder is here. Coach Mark Smith is with us. Let's celebrate a little. Got a win, 40-35, and I don't think anybody left the game early. That's for sure. That was a thriller, and that's 2 years in a row. We get Abilene Cooper, your alma mater. They're probably not liking you too much over there right now, but what a thriller, and it ended with an interception just like last season.
Yeah, 2 years in a row, same finish to the game. Really proud of our guys, just battled, fought. We're down 10, came back, take a 2-score lead, see them kind of cut back into it, and us go down and finish it. Yeah, it's really good. Proud of the guys.
Let's, you know what do you say we just get into these highlights, Coach?
I like it. Let's go.
All right, let's start with the opening kickoff. Colton Hill with the return.
I think this was Gavin Johnson over there on the sideline. Kind of spatial awareness, was pretty close to the sideline. I thought he might step out. Ends up getting a good return.
So we get a first down on the opening drive. Then we aren't able to get another one. And went for it on fourth down and didn't get it.
We've got a new piece of equipment the coach is working on. Our telestrator.
Tell me
here.
how to rewind it again, Shay. Oh, there we go. Okay, here we go.
Let's watch him string this out.
All right. This is a good throw and catch right here. Micah took a shot in this play. This was a nice ball. Got it out to Baby G. Just a little short on fourth down.
Yeah,
I don't know how to play it.
Micah stood tall in the pocket, and he got blasted a few times.
There we go. He did. Stood in there, took good right there. Just a little short. We're kind of on the plus side of the field. A little too long to kick a field goal, but
and then this one.
Turned it over. Here we go. Good job setting the edge. Get a lot of hats to the football. Love seeing the orange hats around the ball. Get the ball back ourselves here. Got 2 returners out. Colton does a good job of keeping Baby G free. His job is to get the first threat away. Good solid return. Not able to get points out of it there. Just need to squeeze the post a little bit. It's good RPO. Gets the safety down into the fit. We ran the same play against them, Baby G, for a touchdown.
This is Carrillo getting chased down by Cash Money Jastro.
This here, anytime that you run the quarterback here, you gain an extra hat. Okay, it requires everybody to be in this. Quarterback run game goes up a lot down in the tight zone. Okay, people do that for a reason. There it is. He does a good job following 2 of his blockers, was able to get in.
So Cooper scores first.
Good. Same play that they just hit a big one for us. We do the same thing. This is really nice here. It's an RPO. Let's go back and take a look at it here. What we're trying to look at right here is this defender right here. Okay, when we insert the tight end, as he comes down to fit the run, it opens this bang 8 window up right behind it. Sometimes these safeties sit back here at depth and show late. He showed a little early, so we knew when the tight end fit, he's down, we got the throw.
And this is where Micah takes that shot, stands tall.
There it is.
Baby G.
And Baby G with the speed to run away from the defense. Big play.
Gabriel Garcia. That's 2 weeks in a row touchdown receptions.
And that celebration.
Yeah, it's good.
Let him get away with one here.
Yeah, they go split backs here. This is just, frustrating. Fitting from depth right here. Just got to get down. Same window that we just talked about. The tighter that he plays, this bang 8 is open right behind it. And now he's just a little late, and they get get a little advantage position on us.
Just out of position. But we get that fumble.
Couldn't hang on to it. Almost
good
got
pressure
him.
affecting the quarterback. We got him down 6 times, 6 sacks for the game. All right, Shay, I made the screen big here, and I can't get back to my
Hey,
this
we
is
got a
Mr.
new
Technology
telestrator,
here.
folks. This is going to be fun.
There you go. No.
Oops.
Oops.
Now I closed it out. Here
We've got
go.
a new toy. We
Sorry,
got a new
everybody.
toy here.
Yeah. User error. All right.
So tied at 7, and we will pick up the action here from the second quarter.
Yeah, we fumbled this right here. Just didn't get a good exchange there. Thank you. All right. Here we go.
So the Cougs come up with the ball, and they take advantage of it as well. Carrillo, Johnson, and Ewing were problematic.
Yeah, they were good. They had a good duo.
And then we had this kick return here.
Yeah, we were nice in the return game. Anytime that you can catch the ball, our guys have done a good job of getting on their blocks. I look at this play, and I watch right when we catch it. Look at no one is down there on him. That means we got guys sustaining blocks. You got 15 yards of space before anyone even gets near him. That sets up a nice big return. Good job by those guys. Caleb Holbert executing a nice field goal here. Wanted a touchdown there, but he's been really solid.
At least you came away with points.
Here we go again. Good, another big sack.
Over 'em. Goodness.
Really nice job there, putting pressure. They got the fake punt on us here. This was not a called fake punt. I called Aaron Rohn last night, and I said, I got to know. Did you call that, or did the guy just take off and do it on his own? He said no. We told him that he had the option. If you see it, he said, your number 27 was wearing our tackle. He's talking about Tucker Beatty here on the edge, just driving his guy back. This was long yardage, too. This is a good call by him. It's 4th and 10. So not a situation that I would anticipate this, especially deep on their end of the field. Guy made a really good play here.
I'm glad you cleared that up because we were wondering if it was on purpose or not.
Yeah, no. Good job. We had 2 returners, so we get Colton down there getting him a tackle. Here they go in split backs again. We're misaligned on this. We have the front set the wrong way, and that happens. It creates an extra gap over there that we didn't have a man accounted for. Big plays. Big plays were the thing. They had 7 of them on offense. Other than those 7, we played really good defense.
Yeah.
You can't take them out, but we've got to clean that up going forward.
Micah Smith.
Good connection here with Colton. Colton shut his route down and just stalled for just a second. The DB bit on it, and then he got right behind him. Really good by he and Micah being on the same page. Big play touchdown. Down 11 points there. We cut it to 4.
And then you got in a bit of a hole there for a while. Not that time, though.
Well, nice job here.
That's Riley
Split
Onis.
backs doing a good job in the run fits. Good job breaking on the ball there. Blaine Belcher had 2 PBUs in the game. Here we go again, touchdown pass to Jesse. They called this one back.
Yeah.
They said that Jesse was covered up. I see it right here. I'm looking at Jesse right now. He does not appear to be on the ball to me. They said that Jesse was on the ball and covered himself up. By the video evidence, I disagree. So that looks like he's off the ball to me. Should have been a legal play, in my opinion.
And this would have given us the lead.
Yeah, it's a big play in the game. I look at the official here, and as I watch this, he throws his flag immediately. He feels like he's covered up. I would hope that it would be egregious to be able to do that. To me, the ball, as we zoom in, I see where the chain and the down marker is, and the referee has straddled. at about the 26-yard line, maybe the 25 and a half. And I see Jesse back down here at about the 27-yard line with his toe. So to me, that appears that he's off the ball. And this should be a legal play. Nonetheless, gets called back.
Micah throwing off his back foot and hit him. Perfect.
Just threw it out in front of him. Illegal man downfield is what they were saying. They were saying Jesse was the illegal man because he was covered up. Yeah, it wasn't on Ethan, as some people might have assumed.
So that could have been a big momentum shift. Instead, it shifted the other way for a while.
It did. It did. The call was that Jesse was on the line, covered himself up.
So the Cougars back on offense.
You know, just a run fit right here. They motion out, okay? It's one back, one gap fits. So we're here is where we should be fitting this. And Cabo just kind of a little bit out of position. The guy was running angry and made a great run right here. But we just got to be really perfect in our fits.
That was Ewing with the touchdown.
That was pretty.
Good.
Number 2, Smith to Colton.
Stride. Great play there. Another one, big play touchdown. We had 7 big plays in the passing game. 28-24.
And this is where football karma came back.
Yeah, it's really good awareness there by Tucker, just knocking the punter down, forcing the ball back into the end zone. As I watched this from our end zone angle, it looked like Bryson Sanders was on the ball immediately. Ball must have got knocked out of him in the pile, get a safety, pin him back in deep, get a stop. And then this is where we started leaning on them. And really proud of our offensive line as we got this drive going, about 6 runs in a row. And you see the line of scrimmage just moving. Big Zay gets going. Good ball security there, touchdown.
And the Z-Train looks all the way healthy.
Bobcats take the lead for good in this one. It's a nice play there. Really proud of the way we ran the ball. Here we go, big play by Jimmy Edwards here. They're playing zone back in the back. Jimmy does a good job of shutting his route down in the back of the end zone, finding the open space, takes some friendly fire there, gets hit by one of our own guys. But Jimmy does a great job holding on to it. That's a big play in the game.
And this would give you a 6-point lead.
Yeah, 6-point lead now.
This Carrillo smashed.
Really good job here. Really corralled him there. We get a punt to get the ball back. Here we go.
Elijah.
Job by Elijah, getting on the perimeter of the defense there. It's a little same side toss. What I love seeing here is, guys, you know, he's breaking tackles. One guy's not going to get him down. I talk to our running backs about that all the time. Do not let one guy bring you down. Has to be multiple guys. Here we got the formation into the boundary. Same play there with Zay. Same side toss. He's running through tackles, running through 2 of them. Yeah, nice run through that one. Stiff arm, down, and finish in the end zone.
That was like a Ladanian stiff arm. So that's 2 touchdowns. Here. That's 3 for him on the season.
Yeah, missed the 2-point conversion. They come down and score.
Oh.
And really one of the plays of the game that's not here, that's already happened, is Jimmy Edwards recovering the onside kick. Just made a great play. Ball was bouncing in there hot. He got it. Great play. And then now here we go. We need 4 downs to stop, and we get to the quarterback again.
The Van
Great
Missile.
job. Yeah, 4th down here.
For the ball
Game's
game.
on the line.
Watch Tucker Beatty.
Just fighting, ripping off with his off arm. Great effort getting to the quarterback. Ball in the air. We get it. Now at this point we can get down. Runs right out of bounds, and that's good. Bobcats win.
Troy Savalos with the interception.
Yeah.
Tucker Beatty, the silent assassin that
we get the
chased
best play in
Carrillo
football.
down.
Victory offense coming out now. Let's take a knee.
Best play in football.
That's right.
We were yelling, "Don't snap it again!" as well. We saw that
it was under.
Clock
We just needed
started.
one.
Look at that.
I'm telling him to get down right there. He gets out of bounds. It's good.
Very reminiscent of last season at the end of the game. The
Bryson
defense
Sanders
did what
with the
they had to
interception
do.
a year ago.
Right. Troy Ceballos this time. And the Bobcat faithful going crazy.
Yep, here we go. There we go.
That's part of
Big
beautiful.
It's all over.
Beautiful.
Yeah, big win.
Man, what a great game, and what momentum you have going into this 2-week road trip. We'll talk about that in just a second. We're going to take a quick break. This is Bobcat Insider live from Shenanigans, brought to you by Luke's Cage.
Is the #1 local auto lender in the Concho Valley.
With great low rates on new, used, and refinance autos, we can save you money. First Community has great payment options and low prices for GAP, extended warranty, and credit life insurance, so we can make your payment fit your budget. So be smart, bank smart, and contact First Community for your auto financing needs.
Pain is never planned, and recovery time is never convenient. But the last thing you want to do is wait for answers. At Angelo MRI, you are more than a number. We can get you results within 24 hours at a price you can afford. So when you need to get back into the game fast, tell your doctor you want to go to Angelo MRI. We hope you don't need us this season. But in case you do, remember, it's your health, your choice, your MRI.
At Schertz Landscape, we care about the quality of trees that you put in your landscape. Therefore, we grow our trees here locally in the Concho Valley. As a certified arborist, I not only care about the quality of your tree being planted, but I am also qualified as a tree risk assessor. I can evaluate the health of an older tree or the risk that it may have to you and your property. Come see us at Schertz Landscape, where we care about the quality of your trees.
San Angelo, it's time to invest in your home and protect your future. Olivas Restoration and Solar, your trusted partner in roofing, solar, insulation, and fencing. Call Olivas Restoration and Solar today for your free consultation.
Welcome back to Bobcat Insider live from Shenanigans Sports Bar and Grill, brought to you by Luke's Cage. Darren Prater, Arlen Ponder, and Coach Mark Smith. Hope you enjoyed the highlights and the brand new Telestrator.
That's great. I'll have it down better next time. Yeah, thank you.
It's like our new toy.
It's really good.
So now 1-2, got that head of steam into a 2-week road trip before we take on Lee here to begin the Little Southwest Conference for another year. Belton is up next. They are 2-1. They beat Henriksen, which is a Pflugerville school.
Right.
And Georgetown, they lost to Eastview 24-10 last week. Let's talk about these Belton Tigers.
It's a much improved team. You know, a year ago, you know, they struggled, but they've turned the corner. You know, they got a much better team this year. Last year, they were a 21 personnel team on offense, meaning you're going to get 2 backs and a tight end, ball running downhill. This year, they've gone spread. They're wide open. You're going to see a totally different offense than you saw a year ago. Same offensive coordinator, just a different system running. Defensively, they're an odd front team. It'll be the 4th week in a row. We've seen a 3-4 defense. Defense is similar to what it was a year ago. Offense is where they've had the biggest change. They had a lot of sophomores on the varsity a year ago. Kind of took their lumps, so to speak, there. So now those guys are a year older, a year more mature, that experience under their belt. And they've played really good football so far this year. We expect it to be a great matchup.
And they would love to get some revenge on us after we beat them here last season.
Yep.
Then it's Waco, so some pretty long road trips.
Yeah, 2 of them here in a row, back-to-back. It'd be good for us. I like going on the road. I like the calmness that creates. I like getting on a bus and having 2 or 3 hours to just collect my thoughts, go over my notes, you know, rest a little bit, do what I need to do to get ready. Sometimes there's a lot of distractions when you play at home. You can limit those when you go on the road. I like it. I like our structure and our format of how we travel. And I like to get to the stadium about 3 hours before kickoff, so we like to arrive somewhere around 4 o'clock, 4:15 for a 7 p.m. kick. So we'll do that this week and be ready to go.
Good deal.
Coach, what's your schedule when you get there 4 hours ahead?
Yeah, we get there 3 hours ahead.
Or 3
so
hours
the first
ahead.
thing we do is we do what I call a casual walk. So that means the players aren't dressed in anything, just the clothes they wore on the bus to travel in. And then we go out on the field. They got their headphones on. They walk the field. We kind of get a familiarity with the place that we're playing. And it's just a casual walk. It's 15 minutes. Then we come back in the locker room from there. I blow my horn. They come back in the locker room. And then we have 45 minutes for them to dress, tape, stretch, get ready. And then at the end of that 45 minutes, we go out for what I call a formal walk. So now they're dressed in their undershirts, they got their pants on, cleats on, everything's ready. They go out and go through a semi-warm-up with their position coach. So we take the field at that time for a formal walk. It's a little bit of a run-through position coach-wise. Then we come inside, and at 6 o'clock we start our first group that enters the field. Kickers, snappers, punters, holders, that's the first group. Then we get our returners out, it kind of flows from there until the whole team's out. We do our flex and warm-up. And then back in the locker room with about 20 minutes to go before kick.
I love watching your pregame scenarios, your warm-ups, because it's like a fine-oiled machine.
Yep.
You are going through, you blow your horn, go to the next, and it's great to watch. If you've never watched it, come out. It's worth the price of admission.
There's a lot of organization and structure that's involved in that. I believe in that. If there's consistency in what you're doing, players understand what's going on. They perform better that way. So we do. I like our structure there. And then we're back in the locker room. We come out 6 minutes before. We talk to them. We get them fired up. One final speech, and then we take the field, run through the tunnel, national anthem. Let's go win.
And you're a pretty good speech guy.
I like it.
I've seen some
it.
of those speeches.
Listen, I speak from the heart. I always remind the guys the same thing before we go out. I talk to them about the discipline that it takes to execute your assignment for 48 minutes, no matter what the circumstances. That's the final thing I remind them every time that we play. You know, it is a mental game, and you got to be locked in the whole time. And that's exactly how I say it. The discipline to execute your job for 48 minutes, no matter what the circumstances.
Do you have, I know you're ultimately the guy, do you have a coach specifically in charge of everything being on time, like the enforcer?
Yeah, well, we do. It's kind of a collective assignment. So each of those groups that comes out, you know, during pregame, there's a different coach that brings them out. So we have a schedule that's posted in the locker room, a coach that's reminding them, hey, 5 minutes until this group, 2 minutes until this group. So they're kind of giving them those reminders all the way up.
Did you want to share anything?
I was just going to say, Micah, talking about him at quarterback, first week, bad outing. Second week, better outing. Last week, incredible outing. He's maturing right before our own eyes.
Yeah, well, I didn't quite see it the way you saw it in the first one there. I thought that, the team struggled in many ways. I've always said this about quarterback play. I always feel like quarterbacks are a product of how well you play around them. We didn't protect very well that game. We couldn't run the ball very well that game. And, I understand that makes it hard to move the ball. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't a very good performance, not necessarily on one person or another.
Yeah, it wasn't on him.
Yes.
No, it was a team effort.
Team effort. And just like this week, his statistics look great, but it's about the team. We protected well. Mm-hmm. He was able to throw the ball downfield. We were able to establish a run game. It all goes hand in hand. I think when you have everybody firing at all cylinders, the team wins. Wideouts do good, running backs do good, the offensive line gets the credit, the quarterback does a good job distributing the ball. I think it just goes hand in hand that way. But I think that every game a quarterback plays or a running back plays or in any position, the more that you play, the more that you see, the more you learn. Mm-hmm. And this is a game of experience does help. And, sometimes you put guys in positions. I think we got a lot of first-year starters on both sides of the ball in a lot of places, and I think they have. Now maybe they were dropped into the deep end of the pool a little bit in the beginning. Now they're swimming in there just fine. Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
baptism
had the trial
by fire.
That's right.
Baptism by fire.
Yeah. But I'm proud of the guys. It's been good, you know. We talked about their focus to stay determined about what they do, ready to go for this week, a new challenge. You know, I remind them, in the game of football, the distance from the penthouse to the outhouse is 1 week. So if you like where you are right now, we got to put in the work to do that. This team is focused. It was a great Monday. I expect it to be a great week and a great Friday night in Belton.
You know, it was one of those heartwarming moments, especially after the emotion of last week in general. Right at the end, you see Colton and Micah hug it out, man, like, hey, we did it.
Those embraces are great. You know, the game is about connection. I talk to the players about, that connected teams win. Connected teams that are talented win championships, and non-connected teams don't have a chance at all. So there's so many of these shared experiences that the guys have that just creates a kinship and a brotherhood and a bonding, that no one can separate. And these moments that they have out there, and they get to share them together and celebrate together, hurt together, it just builds a tighter team.
Oh, absolutely. And the maturing process of the defense too. They've given up the big plays, and now you saw the elimination of them.
Yeah,
and
we
like
put
you
it
said,
together. The biggest issue for me is we didn't get lined up properly against Amarillo on many occasions, and that was just we had some bad eyes, kind of getting their eyes in the wrong spot, not necessarily executing their assignment to the standard that we need. So that was the focus that Coach Martin had with them, just kind of back to the basics. Make sure we get lined up, give ourselves a chance. Our good is good enough, but we got to get lined up, do things first. So we did. We cleaned a lot of that up this past week against Abilene Cooper. The big play still haunted us a bit. Those 7 plays, and if you can't take them out, but when you look at it, we just dominated them defensively other than those big plays. We got to eliminate those big plays. People are going to have 1 or 2. We just can't give up 7.
Yeah, and toward the end of the game, we were talking about that O-line starting to lean on their D-line.
They were. We were leaning on them.
It was the conditioning.
Yes. I think that it just matters. This is why you got to commit to running the football. I think even if it's not working quite the way you want it to early in the game, commit to running the football, keep leaning on them, and then those holes will open up. We cleaned up our technique a little bit, target things a little bit better on where our combo blocks were going, and then the guys did a good job. We did. We started leaning on them, and it really paid off there in the fourth quarter.
Those rushing touchdowns from the Z train.
Yep.
We started to see, just one more note here, you were wearing them out on the line of scrimmage both ways.
Yeah, we were. I think that anytime you have 6 sacks on a quarterback, you get home that many times. That has as much to do with the guys that are sacking the quarterback as the coverage that's behind them. We had several of these, but I would consider coverage sacks. Nobody was open right away because we were in great coverage. The quarterback has to hold the ball for another second. Now the pressure gets to him. Some of those we were bringing pressure and we get home. Some of them it's a 3 or a 4-man rush and we get home. So in all of those circumstances, we affected the quarterback in a great way. We have a category that we chart with that. I want the quarterback affected. It doesn't always mean that you sack him, but if you get him to move off his spot, get his eyes in the wrong place because he sees something, you've affected him in that play, and then it limits their ability to operate. So we did a good job of that defensively Friday night.
Especially the last offensive play for the Cougars when Tucker was bearing down on
He was
Carrillo.
running. He was full tilt boogie coming after him right there.
Those
really
guys
good.
move fast for big guys.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, Tucker can run well. Cash Jastro plays alongside him on the other side. We've got really good length and good speed at outside linebacker, and they play with great power. I think, and these guys are 2 juniors that are kind of first-year starters in these roles, just growing and developing and getting better every week.
Well, let's go get those Belton Tigers on the road.
Ready. Yeah. It's Monday night, but I'm ready. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, Coach, we're proud of you. We're proud of the kids. And we're looking forward to a nice little road trip for a couple weeks. And then those pesky Rebels are going to be coming to town for District 2 6A action. And it will seem like no time at all.
No, it'll be here quick. each of these games, they seem to go by so fast. And, you just teach the team to just stay focused on the present, what we're doing right now, what we're doing, today to be the best that we can be. So let's go play our best football this Friday night.
Just a quick note. When you're a new kid in town and your father is the coach at San Angelo Central, it's tough. All eyes are on you. And I just wanted to say that Micah Smith has handled everything with class.
Oh, yeah.
He's a good kid. And, man, he's lighting them up now.
Well, listen, he better. His mom wouldn't let him act any other way. Yeah, I know that for sure. He is. I appreciate you saying that. We've moved him all over the country many times. He and my 2 daughters as well. They've had to start over, regroup, do it again in this profession that I'm in. And he's handled every one of them, just with class and a maturity and a character that you want to see, not only out of your son, but out of any young man. So his life has positioned him well for what he's doing here. And this is a great town that supports him, that has his back, that has all the boys' back. So we're certainly grateful to be Bobcats.
All right. Best of luck Friday night, Coach.
Thank you.
Coach Mark Smith, going to have some more fun with the Telestrator.
Oh, yeah.
Next
I
week
like
we'll
this.
have some maybe even better highlights. Go beat those
We're
Delta
counting on.
Tigers.
I want to see this play, this victory formation again
Yes.
right here next week. Let's start with that play next week, Shay. Yeah.
Well, for Arlen Ponder, Coach Smith, and everybody who was a part of this one, we appreciate you joining us for Bobcat Insider. Go see Luke's Cage. Tell him Concho Sports sent you, and thanks to Shenanigans as well. From Shenanigans, that wraps it up for Bobcats Insider. I'm Darren Prater for Concho Sports Network.
Good show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Chief Insider, live from Shenanigans Sports Bar and Grill. My name is Chad Miller. My partner, Arthur Andrade, is over on the other side of the table. And right between us is wide receiver coach Landon Alls. Coach, first and foremost, thank you for joining us tonight. We appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thanks for having us. You know, it's always great to come out and talk about kids.
Oh, yeah. First of all, and a lot of success for this particular group of kids. I mean, unfortunately, we had some technical difficulties on Friday night, so we do not have the highlights that you saw Coach Smith have earlier. But we will next time. We will next week for sure. But obviously, enough aside, let's jump right into last week. Hit the road, hit a return trip to La Mesa, the Golden Tornadoes, and you left. It ruined their spoiled their homecoming with a 44-27 victory, jumping to 3-0 for the first time since 2020, but only the second time since 1983. Very, very long time. First and foremost, Coach, just give us your initial thoughts just about this game as a whole.
Well, we started kind of slow. We went down and we threw a pick, and things weren't moving well, but we started kind of clicking, and things kind of got together, and next thing you know, we're just moving along.
And that's actually really crazy in my mind, because obviously we talked about the previous coach, but week one, kind of a slow start offensively against Fort Stockton. The end of the first quarter down 7-0 and then scored 42 unanswered. And then Snyder, we saw a little bit of the same. Obviously, you scored in the first quarter against Snyder, but then this game, I mean, against the Tours, just constant, pedal to the metal all day, every day. Take a look at some of the stats here. Obviously, a quarterback, junior Chris Alviso, 28 for 38, 305 yards, 2 touchdowns, and the aforementioned pick you just did there, which was actually in the red zone. I believe I was throwing about the 2-yard line. Nonetheless, it's in the past. Mistakes happen. Still got the win. Some of the rushing numbers, obviously the biggest, probably the player of the game, some would say. The senior quarterback kicking extraordinaire, Isaiah Rios, 15 carries, 170 yards, and 5 total touchdowns for the senior. I mean, once again, just doing it all, averaging over 11.3 yards per carry. And then some of the receiving numbers, we see a bunch of guys. I mean, you see it on my screen here, about 7-8 guys getting a reception. Some of your reception leaders, Chris Odella, the junior, Nick Leva, the senior, who we talked to last week. He also had a touchdown. And then Gabriel Alvarez, kind of a name that kind of came out of nowhere for us. We didn't get to call his name a lot during the first couple of weeks. So talk to me. Let's start with Gabe here. Talk to me about him, just a player, and then kind of what he does for your offense.
He's just a great young man. He just he came on toward the end of the season, and he started the year kind of slow, but he's kind of come on, and he's kind of in a wait and see kind of role. And with the injury to Braylon, it thrust him into the limelight, and he just hard worker, goes to work, knows what he's supposed to do, and takes care of business.
And he does mention the injury to Braylon White. He did suffer that against the Tours on a kickoff return, obviously, with health, privacy and whatnot. Let me just ask, is he okay? Braylon?
Oh, yeah, he's great. He's just got to kind of work through some of that stiffness, soreness, and more than anything is just precautionary last week. Let some of these other guys come in and get some playing time.
For sure. I mean, yeah, we saw it all across the offense and the defense. Actually, my partner was the one who brought it up to me first, because I didn't even realize it when the game started. We had a freshman on the roster. But you want to get into that a little bit more?
Yeah. No, I just saw it on the depth chart where there were some changes made, and saw that there was a freshman there, and. Like I said, I coached for 31 years, and I don't think I ever saw a freshman in a varsity football game on the teams that I was in. So I thought, man, this guy must be pretty good. And then later that night, I found out that he's a second cousin of mine. So
just kind of the craziness that we find out.
It was like, oh my God. And I've never met the young man. I think I met his mother one time and his grandfathers many times.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's how. Yeah, we kept talking to him the other night.
For those at home who do not know, his name is Andrew Young. He wore number 10 for the Chiefs. Mainly played defensive back for the Chiefs on Friday night, but he had a crucial deflection later in the game that kept the Tours away, and then got one of the guy got a pick. Yeah. You know, talk to me about this young man. You know what he brings to this squad.
Hey, just a great young man. You know, tremendous talent, good athlete, you know, like most of our kids. Got an opportunity and went and made the best of it. You know, he just he's a hard worker.
You know, and I am going to ask you a question that I've asked all the other coaches because I like the different perspectives. Entering this year, y'all returned 70% of your roster from last season. On top of that, prior to Andrew playing Friday night, you had all juniors and seniors except your starting center, and now you have another sophomore, and then of course Andrew Young. Just talk to me about what it means for this program to be able to have all this returning efficiency who have been built within this program, knew this system, et cetera, et cetera.
Well, it's kind of something that we've been, you know, trying to build at Lakeview and keeping kids in the program, you know, keeping them moving along, whereas you lose them after their sophomore year a lot of times. So you want to try to keep them in the program, keep them building, you know, keep adding on. You know, I think last year we had 12 seniors maybe, and this year we're sitting somewhere around 30. So, you know, that's kind of what we're trying to do is keep those kids involved and give them something to, you know, really believe in and be a part of.
Fantastic. We're going to jump into the segment that I like to call the good, the bad, and the ugly. And this is simply, Coach, you just speak your mind. You know, we'll just start with the good. Obviously, we can win a side. That's obviously great. But what would you say is some of the good for the Chiefs on Friday night? You know, you can either focus on your position group or maybe as a team as a whole.
That word that starts with a D, defense. That is, that's been something that's really stepped up this year, kept us, you know, when we start slow offensively, you know, we have them coming around and keep us in the game and not be down 21, you know, and be able to sputter a little bit and then go make some plays and get us the ball and then we'll go score.
And then catch on fire.
And catch on fire.
Oh, yeah. Doing an excellent job just as a whole. I mean, we talked about it last season where, you know, we see those bright flashes for the team as a whole, and especially on the defensive side, and then things just kind of fell apart, some would say. You weren't able to play a complete game. This year, we've seen it every step of the way. Now, obviously, when you look at the numbers, you know, you mentioned the defense, so we'll jump into some of Lamisa's numbers. Obviously, the sophomore quarterback, Daniel Ramos, 25 for 47, 3 touchdowns, 3 picks, 381 yards. Now, obviously, ladies and gentlemen, the yards is not fun to look at when he turns to look at the Chiefs. Like, oh, Chiefs gave almost 400 yards passing. You have to understand, the Tours were playing behind the entire night. Right. I mean, it was up to a point of a 3-score lead at one point, so they had to throw. And they also do have Silas McCurley, who was picked as a Dave Campbell's Texas football preseason district offensive MVP after a crazy season he had last year. Now, he did have a couple touchdowns against y'all, but, you know, that aside, they're playing from behind, so the fact that the defense is able to step up week after week after week is definitely reassuring, I'm sure, for yourself.
Well, it's bend and don't break, you know, just, you know, keep fighting. Had a great goal line stand, kept them out. We were able to move the ball down, get out of our territory. So, that's a tribute to the defense. Those guys, they play their butts off. They go out, and it's like I tell them all the time, go get us the ball. Go get us the ball. We'll get it going. We'll get it rolling. And we feel like if they'll keep us in the game, we'll eventually get there, and we'll put some points on the board.
For sure. Now, is there anything good? You already mentioned defense. Do you have anything specific for the offensive side of the ball?
We're scoring points.
That's all.
As long as you're scoring points, everybody's happy.
A wise man once told me you have to score more than your opponent to be able to win games. So, that's very, very important.
That's all that matters.
We'll jump into the bad. Obviously, I know we don't want to look down upon wins, but it's always good to be critical of ourselves, being able to reevaluate and be able to see what we can improve on. So what would you say would be marked as maybe the bad from Friday night?
Well, the first game we had 0 turnovers. And we had 1 last week, and I think 1 again this past week. So that's bad. And our slow starts, we can't start slow. We've got to take the ball and go score. And so I think that's the biggest thing that's bad for me. I don't know if it's bad for anybody else, but turnovers and slow starts.
And I think that's bad just in general because. And I will expose my fandom here. Obviously, I'm from Austin, so I'm a huge Longhorn fan. I feel that slow start on a deep personal level. I'm seeing that on offense all the time. So I personally do not blame you for having the feeling of slow starts. Not to mention, we're live in Shenanigans. We have a bunch of TVs around us. So I'm looking around, and I'm seeing my Texans playing the Bucs in a fantastic game, but it's only 10 points. They only scored 9 points last week. So another slow start situation. It's a interesting predicament. But obviously, at the end of the day, things are working out. It's doing what it needs to do. And then, would you really ever say that there's an ugly from this game? I think I have something, but I think it fits more in the bad than the ugly.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything ugly. I mean, we've got some things to work on offensively, defensively, but I can't think of anything ugly.
I think for me, I think it's more just the penalties. Week 1, we had that first half of 3 unsportsmanlike conducts, and then we had a Coach Mike Rivera up here the following week, and he assured us that was taken care of the next practice. And then last week, it wasn't as terrible, but I remember specifically just from this past Friday, there's a lot of those penalties that kept the Tours on the field on the offensive side of the ball. I feel like there's a lot more just like random things here and there that would just keep their drives alive and make this game closer than it ended up being.
Yeah, it's emotions, and we've got to keep teaching our kids to not get cut off in the moment and just play ball and go out there and execute and talk with your pads and not with your mouth.
Fantastic.
Well, like every game, you're going to face adversity, and it's how you respond to the dilemmas that your team is occurring. So it's good that we might have a turnover, but we can still overcome that.
Yeah. I think we're addressing the issue.
Hey, that's all we can ask for. And then. So I think that really concludes the look back at the tour. So now let's look ahead. Obviously, Friday night at home, San Angelo Stadium. You can always watch it at the stadium, or you can stay watching it on Concho Sports Network wherever you have it. YouTube, Roku, Fire TV, all that fun stuff. Lubbock, the Westerners of Lubbock, make the return trip after y'all went up there to visit them last year. Last year, not the best overall as a team. So first and foremost, from your perspective, what could we expect in that matchup from the Westerners in your point of view?
Well, they're athletic. They're fast, very athletic. And
how about their size?
Any size there this year?
Yeah, their O-line, D-line's pretty big.
Okay. We expect that.
We're fast too. and we're athletic, so it's going to be fun to watch. I think we just got to go prepare and go out and execute and see what happens. Last Friday we were 3-0. We're 0-0 right now.
Yeah.
So we got to stay humble, stay hungry, and get after them. It's going to be a great game. Homecoming.
Yes, sir.
For sure. Oh, there you go. They're homecoming against the Westerners. So for those of you who are maybe don't follow it as much as we do, Lubbock enters this matchup 1-2 on the season. They opened up the year 0-2 with a loss at home to Hereford, and then on the road against your district foe, Big Spring, dropping that contest 41-27. But then another familiar foe, they just beat Snyder 48-21 at their home place, and so. They've played two opponents that y'all will see. One you have seen and one you will see this year. Obviously, with you've already playing Snyder, I'm sure you've already looked at that film from Lubbock against them. Where do you see y'all being able to take advantage of the Westerners the way Snyder may have done so?
I think we'll be able to run it. That's going to be our strength, I think, and then they start packing the box, then we'll start throwing that sucker. I mean, it's what we do.
Not a bad plan. Not a bad plan. And obviously that is definitely what the plan. I mean, if you just look at the stats as a whole from this season. I mean, Chris Alviso having
awesome year.
I mean, a fantastic year. I was trying to get the exact number. I switched my tab off of it. So 1 second. There we go. So 71 of 99, 853 yards passing, 11 touchdowns, 2 picks, 1 in each of the last 2 games. But you mentioned the running. I mean, prior to Friday night, my partner mentioned it in our pregame show. Y'all don't run the ball all too much. And then, of course, last week, as we say that, Isaiah Rio just exploded for a lot of yards.
We do run the ball. There's a pass off everything we do. So it's reading and trusting the quarterback to make the right decision. And so we run a lot. Just don't hand it off, so to speak.
That's fair. That's fair. We do see a lot of the RPO style. Yes. We do see the screens. We see those swing routes. That's how Calvin Whitfield has 2 of his touchdowns on the season, especially the one against Fort Stockton where there was nobody around him for 10 yards.
It's a take what they give you.
Yeah.
Sure. That's our approach.
And nothing wrong with that. Speaking of taking what they give you, I'm a big guy for the analytics and the analysis of the on-field, the looks and the formations they give you. What can we expect from that Westerner defense? Is it like a 3-4? Do we expect more of a 4-2-5 like y'all throw out there?
I'm thinking 3-3 stack.
Yeah.
Some 3 high.
Yep.
They'll probably run a lot of man just to kind of slow us down. But if they do that, we'll take what they give us. We'll run the ball.
Fantastic. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. I love the position coaches being selfless. Obviously, I know you want your receivers to get the ball every second, every day, but obviously letting Isaiah Rios do what he does, or even Calvin Whitfield, anybody else who wants to run the ball, even Alviso himself.
I don't care who gets the ball. I mean, if they give it to me, I'll run it.
Nothing wrong with that. For those, obviously, it's on the opposite side of the ball for yourself, that word that starts with D. But we'll give you some of the numbers here for the folks at home of the Westerners. They kind of more of a balanced system here. They have about 630 yards passing, 650 yards rushing, only 7 offensive touchdowns. Scratch that, my bad. It is 15. They have 10 of them rushing from Davis, 462 yards, definitely the main guy. So, I understand your receivers, coach, but what do you think your defense has to do to be able to stop a guy like Davis and what seems to be a primarily rushing attack from the Westerners?
They got to tackle.
I love that everybody says that.
And just keep playing the type of defense that they're playing right now. That's what they got to do. I mean, Coach Allenbauer has got them locked in, got them focused. Just got to keep playing and get us the ball so we can go score.
Yes, sir.
And in case of let you know, if you've been watching the last couple of shows, I mean, every single coach we've had on this show, D-line coach Max Guevara, outside linebacker coach Richard Rolwitz, and now wide receiver coach Landon Alls, everybody saying tackle. They got to hit the man and bring him down.
Got to tackle. That's Tackle Tuesday.
Tackle Tuesday. I love that. I love that so much. Partner, any questions for Coach here? Anything on your mind? Anything you want to bring up that I didn't mention already?
Like I said, it's great that we have so many kids in the receiver positions, and they're all making plays for us. So when you got that, that defense is just got to be wondering who's coming, who they're going to throw to, things like that. Just keep going.
Yeah,
that's all we can do.
It's been fun. I'm enjoying it.
We're enjoying it.
You're
We're definitely enjoying it.
Let's keep playing.
Awesome. One more question before we let you go, Coach. I'm sure you are ready for Friday already. But talk to me just about the receiving corps as a whole. I mean, we already mentioned the numerous guys who touch this football on this offense and being able to have Chris be able to throw it to everybody. If you had to pick a couple of guys, who do you – I mean, I know you don't want to say favorites. I know coaches don't got favorites, but some do. But who are some of the guys that you just enjoy seeing them play the game of football?
All of them.
Nah, pulling the Coach Guevara road.
No, I like to watch them all. They're all athletic. They work hard. They practice every day. They're just fun to watch. And I honestly, I don't have a favorite one. It's just next man up. Let's go. Somebody go catch a ball. Somebody go score a touchdown. I don't care. I like watching them all. I've had them since they were in the 6th grade, and it just love watching them play. So I don't have a favorite, honestly.
That's fair. That's fair. They're all exciting to watch.
I remember times when we used to coach football, kids were just ready to get in, and it didn't matter who. I mean, Coach, I want to go in, or they jump in or something like that.
I gotta fight some of them off on Friday night. It's like
they want to get out there. Well, hopefully they all get out there, and that's usually a good sign that they do all get out there to play on Friday night. Catch the Chiefs on Friday at San Angelo Stadium or here on Concho Sports Network. We appreciate you, Coach, for joining us tonight. When we come back, we have a couple of Chiefs players that we'll talk to you so you can get to know them at home. You're watching Chiefs Insider live from Shenanigans. We'll be back after this.
Check out why First Community Federal Credit Union is the #1 local auto lender in the Concho Valley.
With great low rates on new, used, and refinance autos, we can save you money. First Community has great payment options and low prices for GAP, extended warranty, and credit life insurance, so we can make your payment fit your budget. So be smart, bank smart, and contact First Community for your auto financing needs.
Pain is never planned, and recovery time is never convenient. But the last thing you want to do is wait for answers. At Angelo MRI, you are more than a number. We can get you results within 24 hours at a price you can afford. So when you need to get back into the game fast, tell your doctor you want to go to Angelo MRI. We hope you don't need us this season. But in case you do, remember, it's your health, your choice, your MRI.
At Schertz Landscape, we care about the quality of trees that you put in your landscape. Therefore, we grow our trees here locally in the Concho Valley. As a certified arborist, I not only care about the quality of your tree being planted, but I am also qualified as a tree risk assessor. I can evaluate the health of an older tree or the risk that it may have to you and your property. Come see us at Schertz Landscape, where we care about the quality of your trees.
see friendship being.
San Angelo, it's time to invest in your home and protect your future. Olivas Restoration and Solar, your trusted partner in roofing, solar, insulation, and fencing. Call Olivas Restoration and Solar today for your free consultation.
At Texas Bank.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Chief Insider, live from Shenanigans Sports Bar and Grill. I am joined by two very special guests. I mean, they're all special. I love talking to all the student athletes each and every week, but this week is a little bit more special. I got wide receiver, defensive back DJ Munoz, and running back and kicking extraordinaire Isaiah Rios. Gentlemen, first and foremost, thank y'all for joining me this evening.
Yes, sir. It's a good day.
Awesome. Well, obviously, y'all are student athletes, so we got to talk about the student part first. I believe correctly, we had a day off of school today, I think, right?
Yes, sir.
So, I mean, let's start there. How'd you enjoy that day off away from school?
It was just a good day to relax and just take a breath and relax.
Same thing?
Well, this morning we had practice. I mean, it was a little tiring, but, I mean, we got through the day, and we were just resting all day, to be honest.
I'm sure practice is a lot more fun when you start the season 3 now, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So
Yes,
let's start there. We'll actually scrap back at, like I said, I'm going to start with student. Let me start with student. Let me not go back and forth. Student first. Talk to me about your classes. Y'all are both seniors, correct? Yes. So first and foremost, just what does that look like for y'all as seniors and trying to balance out between school and football?
Honestly, it's just we've been doing it for 4 years now. It's just trial and error, just getting it done, learning more, and just.
Yeah, I mean, we just trying to get through the year, to be honest. It should be easy, low-key, just being a senior.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Are either y'all taking any AP class or any of the advanced courses?
No, sir.
I love the difference that I get with other players. You know, I believe my first group was Misael and
Nacho.
Oh my goodness, what was that?
Nacho.
Yeah,
Isaac.
Nacho. Yeah, I always forget his nickname's Nacho. I had those two, and they both have some advanced courses. And I had Chris, and then he kind of has, I think he said, like one, and then now I have nothing. But that's okay. You know, we ain't judging nobody. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Well, now, you know, student aside, let's jump into some football, shall we?
Yes,
Obviously, starting off 3-0 for only the second time since 1983. Obviously, neither of y'all were alive at that point. I was not alive at that point, and I'm sure I just aged a lot of people in here, and I'm sorry. Nonetheless, just talk to me about what that feeling feels like as a whole. I know last year just wasn't fun. I saw it on the field as somebody who covered the team. You know, we all saw it. Last year just wasn't fun as a whole. So talk to me about the feelings that the locker room, the vibes, and y'all personally feel with this start of this season.
Well, I mean, all glory to God, to be honest. I mean, without him, we wouldn't be in the place we are right now.
Same for you?
To be honest, the 4 years building up to this year, we've all understood that we had a lot of weight on our shoulders this year, and just
rolling.
Yes, sir.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. You heard me mention it, Coach. I say it every single week because it's absolutely extraordinary for me, and I know it's maybe useful for other schools. Beyond 70% of your roster returned from last year to this year. 70% of y'all on the varsity team that had to deal with some of the things y'all did, including 4 one-score losses, a couple games that just escaped y'all. Well, this year, you again jumped up to the 3-0 start, got a couple of those early monkeys off you back with Fort Stockton and Snyder, 2 of those 4 one-score losses, and then, of course, got another big one, ruining or spoiling a homecoming at Lamesa. You know, just give me that feeling that you'll have from that, and then talk to me about how y'all feel like y'all individually are playing out there so far.
I think starting off 3-0 is just the best we could get this year. We've put in so much work on the off season during the summer, and we've just worked so hard for this and put in so much time and seeing this, and seeing how we've been growing together and like building as a team, making that connection every day. It's just phenomenal to see.
I mean, yeah, we put in a lot of work over the off season. You know, it's clearly showing. 3-0, awesome. But you know, we always gotta stay humble. You know, 1-0 this week. That's our goal. But we're still going into the game 0-0. You know, I mean, it's just like I said. All glory to God. Without Him, we wouldn't be here.
Yes, indeed. Now, Isaiah, and obviously you're kind of the shining star in this moment after last week's performance. In case y'all didn't hear me say it again, 170 yards, 5 total touchdowns. I mean, just absolutely killing it. He had over 200 yards all purpose. He had a couple catches for over 40 yards on that. Just talk to me about just that performance alone and just how that made you feel, knowing that maybe you didn't, I don't know what the proper term is, because you did touch the ball a lot each of the first 2 games, but this is where you really just exploded. So talk to me just what this game felt like for you.
It was more just a breakout game. First 2 games were testing the waters, getting the feel for the game, getting back into it. Then this game, I just came out relaxed, ready to go, and I just put everything in God's hands and just went.
Fantastic. And then over to DJ, I know you probably may not be touching the ball as much as you want to, but still 8 catches and 2 of them being touchdowns. I mean, that's pretty solid ratio. I don't know about y'all, what y'all think about that. But talk to me about knowing that you have the quarterback that Chris Alviso has, being able to throw it to not just you, but also so many people. I'm counting this alone. I think there's over 11 guys who have caught a pass from Chris this season. So knowing that you're one of those guys, just talk to me about what it feels like to know that he's throwing you the football.
I mean, it's fantastic. It's always a blessing to get the ball, but not every play you're going to get the ball. I mean, you always want to go 110% every play, even if you don't get the ball. I mean, like, if one of your teammates getting the ball, always try to go and block for them or do something to explode the more of the play. You know, I mean, when I get the ball, I try to make a play. Like, I like scoring. I really do. But, I mean, I'm not always going to score. So I'm happy that we have a good roster. Not everybody's a backup. Everybody's a starter in my eyes. You know, like, everybody get the ball and move the sticks. I have confidence in all my receivers and quarterback and running back and O-line. But, yeah.
I love just the team confidence as a whole is phenomenal. I love it so much. Sticking with you, DJ, you play defense as well. Obviously, starting cornerback on the Chiefs defense. So talk to me about what it's like playing both sides of the ball. Obviously, it's primarily on defense, but as we see with the numbers, you get some offensive action.
I mean, yeah, starting on defense is easy but hard. I mean,
the wide spectrum, folks, wide spectrum.
Honestly, I'm not more of a tackler. You can hear from all the players. I'm more of a ball hog. I like to go for the ball. But I'll make a tackle here and there, but yeah.
And then, of course, my running joke for Isaiah, the do everything extraordinaire, running and kicking. Just talk to me about that transition for yourself. You just ran a couple times this year. You ran a 50-plus yard either catch or run, and then you got to turn around and kick to make the PAT. Talk about what it's like for yourself. I mean, do you feel out of breath, or do you just run so much that this is nothing for you? What is that like?
It's a little bit easier now from last year, but yeah, at times it'll be tiring.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. And then from what I understand, you do play on the Chiefs soccer team.
Yes, sir.
I believe you are a defenseman. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Just talk to me about, playing football and then switching to soccer. And kind of like is it? Oh, I know it's different because obviously one, you're hitting somebody with the pads. One, you're kind of taking a step and playing an injury, but that's different. Talk to me about what that change is like for yourself. And, of course, I know it helps with the kicking game. You're one of the better high school kickers I've ever put my eyes on. So talk what it's like for you.
I mean, it's just the footwork. It's just moving more in soccer, using my feet more than football because I get to use my whole body, hands, everything like that.
Yeah, exactly. No, I know in soccer you can't really use your hands all that much. Obviously, I know I don't look like I play soccer. I definitely don't. Let me put that in mind. But I watch it a little bit more. I've kind of dipped my toes in. So that kind of leads me to the next question. Who do you have a favorite club? If so, who? If not, why?
Well, I guess you could say my favorite club would be USA.
Oh, yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all.
Yes, sir.
Do you watch any of this soccer just like outside of maybe the U.S., or do you watch any Premier League or La Liga?
All over.
All over?
Whoever plays, I just spend time watching.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. DJ, any other sports that you like to dive into? Do you play anything for the Chiefs? Or if not, do you like to watch anything at all?
I mean, I play baseball. Yeah.
Hey, love it.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm not the best, but hey, I go out there and give it a all. I mean, I run bases, I score a lot. I like scoring.
Hey, we love that so much, right? Scoring, multiple sports.
Yeah. But
what's your position in baseball?
Outfield.
You're an outfielder? Nothing wrong with that.
Yes,
love that so much. I play first base. As you can tell, I'm a big guy. I don't run very much, as you can probably tell. But I play first base. I was a pitcher. So my heart's with baseball. As I say that, I'm stressing over the Astros game right now. But nonetheless, now let's look ahead, right? Let's look ahead to this Friday. Homecoming, as I just learned from Coach. Homecoming against Lubbock. The Westerners come back after that return trip last year. Last season, a lot went wrong. A lot of things happened. So let's just chuck it away for now. What do y'all see individually in y'all's specific positions taking on Lubbock this Friday?
To be honest, as a running back perspective, their defense is a little more spread out.
Yeah.
So if we're able to run the ball and then they start to try and move more on that, we can open it up to our receivers.
What do you see from the defense perspective against the Lubbock?
You always want to be humble, but I mean, we got guys out there that can go make plays, but they got a good defense, good offense, but this is just another game. We're going in 0-0, hopefully to come out 1-0.
Hey, I love to see, and obviously for the rest of us, I know we would all love to see 4-0, and of course having a win on homecoming. I just learned a couple weeks ago there are themes each week for Lakeview. Can somebody tell me what's the theme for this week? Anybody know? Adventure? Going on an adventure.
Yes, sir.
Going on an adventure against the Westerners. I'm a big Linkin Park guy. Who's your maybe your favorite song or others' favorite songs, plural, whatever?
I really do like Breaking the Habit.
Love it.
And My December is also a really good song
awesome.
that I love to listen to.
I love that so much. Whenever I go work out, Bleed It Out is one of my really good heavy pump songs that I put on, because the song is very repetitive. It says the same thing for about 2 minutes, but it's just high tempo, very loud, and obviously you can never go wrong with Chester screaming in the microphone.
Yes,
DJ, what about for yourself?
I like to listen to Rod Wave, Daniel Caesar, Young Boy. Yeah.
All right. What's any specific songs? Is there like a go-to?
Young Boy, Nevada. Rod Wave, I like to listen to Tombstone. That gets me going because it dedicates my cousin. Yeah. Because he passed 2 years ago, so I just like to get locked in and just feel the vibe with him being with me.
Was that a song that y'all shared a love for? That's fantastic. That's actually a fun little story.
Yes,
well, emotional story.
Yeah,
fun's the right word. Emotional is probably the better
You're
word. And then moving on, I got the very, very personal one at the end. This next one, either a current or a past, who is an athlete that you try to mimic your play style out there, specifically for football?
Well, with my kicking, it would be my dad.
Oh, yeah?
He went to Cisco to punt,
Okay.
and so
All right.
I've taken a lot after him. And then for my running back position, I don't really know. I would say maybe Saquon, some of the
very good inspiration.
some of the guys from here.
So what I'm hearing is you're going to give me a backward hurdle this next week, right? What about for you, DJ? Is there any specific football player, either now or in the past, that you mimic your game after? You can give me one for receiver, one for defensive back.
Well, there's a lot. I like to play like Jay Jettis, Justin Jefferson.
Yeah. Love that.
I like to play like CD Lamb. That's my dog. He don't know
you a big
me,
Cowboys
but,
fan?
Huh? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I mean, it's whatever. I mean, yeah. But no, on defense, honestly.
Don't say Trayvon Diggs. He got exposed.
No. He's been making me upset, but it's whatever.
Yeah.
On defense, I don't really know. I don't really watch DBs like that because I'm more of an offensive guy, even though I start on defense. But
I love this mentality.
Yeah.
The ball mentality, ladies and gentlemen. He plays on defense, but he wants to get the ball every single chance. I love it. I love it so much. And now this is where we get a little personal. I've had parents come up to me and with the happy tears, but some tears in their eyes. Who is your biggest inspiration and why?
I would say my whole family.
Your whole family?
I do it for them. I do it for my friends, people I've lost, loved ones, all of them.
Is there any specific reason? I mean, you mentioned it, doing it for them. Is there any just specific reason as to like why? Like well, I'm sure they do a lot. They're here to give you massive support. But like, what's the why for that?
They've always pushed me to be better, stronger, faster, and just to grow up as a good man, to be a good person to everybody, and stuff like that.
DJ?
My mom, she's the one that keeps me going. Like, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for her. She's been a phenomenal mom in every spectacular way. Like, there's no other way I can brag on her. But yeah, my family supports her, but she's my number one.
That's phenomenal.
Yes,
number one on the field, and then number one in his heart is out there, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it for the show. You can see these two special young gentlemen and the rest of the Lakeview Chiefs on Friday night where they take on the Lubbock Westerners for homecoming. Go on out to San Angelo Stadium or tune in on Concho Sports Network, which you can find on YouTube, Roku, Fire TV, and all of our social medias at Concho Sports. For my partner, Arthur Andrade, Shay Harris, our producer and director, my name is Chad Miller. As always, take care of each other and yourselves. Good night, everybody.